Heavy Petting with Cheri Hardman, where comedians discuss their pets and their love lives. Heavy Petting. Welcome to Heavy Petting with Cheri Hardman. Today's guest is Kristina McMillen. Hey, Kristina.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I would have shared it if I knew it was live. I need to pay more attention to your extremely successful podcast.
Yeah. All right. So I see you have a little friend running around in there, but you don't have to chase him. He'll come back to you at some point, right?
And they never come back. Yeah, he will.
I like your hair.
I feel like I have lipstick on my teeth. Am I good?
No, you're good.
Thank you. Tell me more how much you like my hair.
I like it a lot.
Your hair too. You look great. You always look good with those big old tits.
You can't even see my tits. So what are you talking about?
I know. Liking your setup.
Oh yeah, behind me. I got tits behind me now. Well, so why don't you tell me about your pet, and then he'll show up at some point.
Okay, so I have a pet rabbit, and for those of you who don't know, I had a Chihuahua for 8-9 years, Charles, and I share him with a fellow comedian friend, my baby daddy, Justin Hayes. Huge mistake sharing him because he is just in love and awe of Justin. He doesn't pretty much even acknowledge my existence. So being that he's 12, I had to make that executive decision. Like the back and forth is just exhausting for him and me with the rejection. So I ended up just letting Justin have him full time. So I still see him because I see Justin all the time, but I've been on this waiting list for this like rabbit. I've always loved him. And I got Frank, who's eating my tarot cards right now, and he'll come over in a second. But he's super cool, and kind of feel like he's like a witch, like a Viking from another past life or something, because he's also insane. But I never thought I could love something so much, because like pretty much I'm kind of known for like this like emotionless asshole. I think probably that's kind of the perception I put off, or crazy, or hackable, that can't think of other words to use. So and I think that Frank's kind of mellowed me out a little bit.
Really? Now, where'd you get it? You said you were on a waiting list. Where did you get him from?
I was on this waiting list for this rescue. So he was homed to a home, and they couldn't handle him. Because like rabbits, people think rabbits are super great pets. They are. They're a ton of fucking work. Like, I don't even know how people have kids, personally. Like, it's like he's litter trained, so he runs around. I want to throw something at him right now because he is eating my shit. But there we go. But he ends up like just being really cool. And I know that we were going to speak today about me getting COVID. I felt like me getting COVID was really difficult, but this like 3-pound rabbit has just like changed my life. And I feel so silly saying that, you know, but I don't really give a shit what people think as far as like me as a person. So
right. All right. So you had him before you got COVID, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
How long had you had him before that?
2 weeks.
Okay. So you were kind of used to each other and everything, but
we were new.
Right. And then, so do you know like how or where you got? Yeah, that's what, you know, it's kind of like not cool to ask them, but you know, everybody wonders, how did you get COVID?
Yeah, or like chlamydia. Here's the thing with COVID is that I don't know. And that's actually the first thing that people ask me is, how did you get COVID? Because I'm pretty safe as far as like, I have an underlying health condition called irony. Okay. I finally get my shit together, get my own apartment, get my own place, start completely over from scratch. And then of course I'm like, if I get COVID, I'm going to get really sick. I just knew it. And I smoke cigarettes and have asthma, but like overall, I'm in fairly good health. I'm Irish, so I don't know, but I did know that the week before I started not being able to smell or taste, I ended up having like really bad body aches. But the one time I went out with my friends, the one time to dinner, the next day I woke up and I couldn't smell or taste. I know it takes a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So I touched my eyeball in a grocery store. I don't know. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm. So like as soon as you like weren't able to smell and taste, did you like know like, oh shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I was just pissed. You know, I got this incredible job recently that I've worked really hard to get because I work in HR outside of comedy, which is funny, but you know, my life was kind of like coming together perfectly. It's aligning. I wasn't so out there anymore. I felt like I had like a purpose, you know, because now that you never see it though, because he's running away from me. But it was just like, of course, and it came in hot. Like I hear what people, and I've been in a few uncomfortable situations now because I have antibodies and I'm fired up. Like I dare someone to tell me COVID's not real. Actually, times, and that, you know, I can't go back to Furcrest coffee now in Furcrest, but you know, because people don't understand, like it's fucking scary, Cheri. Like I went from not being able to taste or smell in 4 days in the hospital, telling like call your family, and I'm like, what? So
well, so you went, did you just go into your doctor and then your doctor put you in the hospital, or was it, how did it all go down?
So, and I'm just going to be fully honest on your podcast about how it went down, because for one, I want to like bring awareness to people who live by themselves. Okay. Or animals. No, that's not how it went down. I wish. Come here. How it went down is I had a fever for 4 days, and I knew I had a fever. This was in February when we were snowed in, and I don't remember a lot. So let me preface this. Like I have brain damage from this, so I don't remember a lot. And there's a few things I'm glad I don't remember, but with it having that fever, essentially my brain was boiling. So on the 4th day of that, I started to hallucinate. And I started to, that the FBI is after me and that my rabbit's like an agent or something, which by the way, thank God I didn't do anything to Frank, but I started thinking people were after me. Don't remember this. Walking down my hallway in my apartment building completely naked.
Wow.
So I'm not going to die from COVID, but I'm going to sure fucking die from embarrassment. There's Frank. There he is.
Frank.
What up, buddy? Show him how you fuck shit up and make my life miserable but great. So yeah, so I found out recently like what happened because I don't remember a lot of it.
Right.
But I was and I have diaries, like COVID diaries, and I'm gonna share them now. Did you watch any or no?
I'm fucking scared of, right? Like I can't breathe. My pulse to breathe, that could go. COVID like will take that from you in a second. Not being able to breathe is really scary. COVID doesn't give a fuck about the fact that you're hungry and dehydrated. It almost thrives on your fear and like thrives on your health, like your nutrition, you know? Like COVID's the one that's like, you know, when you have nightmares about going to a meeting naked, COVID will like make you take your clothes off and walk down your hallway hallucinating, thinking that you're being followed by the FBI because you have no oxygen to your brain and your neighbors think you're fucking crazy. Then your neighbors call the cops on you because you're losing it. Because you have a 4-day fever and you're just in psychosis. That happened. That happened. So, nobody does that. COVID does that. And I need to keep telling myself that when I feel super guilty about what happened, where I thought people were trying to kill me. Like, I've never hallucinated before, how that happened, you know, and then because of that, now I have permanent neurological brain damage in my frontal lobe, which could be my memory. I'm gonna go blind in my left eye soon. and I have fog. So, like, why doesn't anybody talk about this?
Mm-hmm.
They're tough. They're hard to watch because I like essentially lost my mind. I was in this apartment for 30 days by myself. And this is the first time I'm actually talking about it. I wanted to wait till we did your podcast to talk about it.
Right.
So I was in here 30 days. I don't remember how I got to the hospital until recently because my neighbors thought I was crazy and called the cops on me. And they came here and I guess I told them that I had COVID. And I had a seizure outside as they were like trying to arrest me for disorderly conduct. And I was put in the paramedics, taxi, and I was in the hospital for 2 days and I don't remember any of it.
Wow. So you don't remember any of that at all?
I remember thinking that my neighbor beat my ass or something. I felt like I got into a fist fight because my arms were bruised. And I was like, I don't know if that was because I was getting handcuffed or what. I'm not sure. I don't remember a lot, but nothing physical happened with her. And we're still great. But I mean, I was like, what the hell? I'm so sorry. But because of like me freaking out like that, like even banging on my laundry door, I was dying basically. Her dad passed of COVID recently and he was very combative like I was, and any friend I have can tell you and rest assured like I wasn't here. So COVID kind of killed my mind mostly than being really sick.
So how did you put the pieces together? Like, have you spoken to her? Did she tell you what was going on, or is she mad at you now, or what's the
well
residual?
I did everybody in this building because I think I'm so important, right? Like, I think I have like an influence of people. I don't, but I was just humiliated thinking that I got into a fist fight because like I said, it's like a dream. I woke up in my bed. I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I went to the hospital. I have memories of being in the hospital. I have memories of them telling me to call my family. I have memories of them telling me I'm going to be put into a coma. And then I have memories of me telling them to fuck right off and I'm going to go home. And I'm in an apartment like a person. So I don't know too much, but I do know when I got my bill, that was a huge thing, $25,000 hospital bill. I do know that I have like, I called, of course, once I've come to, which has just been recently. And then I talked to Harmony, my neighbor, who I wish like, hopefully soon I can have her talk about it. Cause I was yelling at her, telling her she was stealing my shit. And that wasn't the case. And so she told me that recently, like, I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened, but I feel like you beat me up. And I grew up like a boxer. So that was kind of like, by COVID. And she was telling me what happened. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Wow.
Just like, oh gosh. So yeah, that's kind of like what happened with the hospital. But then after that was when I was just stuck here.
So what was going on with Frank while you were in the hospital? Was he just?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's what's so bad about this too, is like, it's not like, I just want to be super real about this shit that happened, like, like, I think once you almost die, it's kind of like, yeah, my rabbit was here and I don't know on them. I know my neighbors are my dearest friends. They have my key. I don't know. I haven't asked because I'm more just like still kind of processing it.
Right.
And I haven't talked about it. Like my parents didn't know I was even in the hospital. Like, what if I would have died? Like what would have happened?
Right.
Like honestly, people probably wouldn't have even known for a while because it's like, no, they didn't have my ID or anything. I mean, they pretty much handcuffed me in my chonies by Piggly Wiggly hanging out. Like, it's just like, I don't really know what happened to Frank.
Right.
But he's okay now and he's dope as hell and he's cool. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't my proudest time.
Well, I mean, it's not your fault. You got sick, but wow. So does that make you feel differently about living alone now?
Yeah, it's scary as hell. Real quick, I wanted to tell you how I found out I had COVID.
Okay.
One was eating popcorn, but the one was I was reading a book. I was reading a book on my carpet and I startled Frank and he ran past me and he pissed all over my face. Just like I was like, what the fuck? And I'm washing off his piss and I'm like, I can't smell or taste anything. Like that was, I think that was rock bottom actually. But also I was like, this is now I have COVID because my rabbit just like sprayed my face.
What does rabbit piss usually smell and taste like?
I don't know exactly.
But not nothing, probably, right?
Probably like complete shit, but the good news was I couldn't tell you. And I didn't get pink eye. I found out I had COVID.
Whew.
Anyway, I'm really selling the whole rabbit thing, huh?
Well, that's a tough story. So
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now?
Okay, so now, of course, yeah, it's a side of me I'm not really comfortable sharing, quite frankly. I have this reputation in the comedy community, which is fair, because I was also going through divorce and not giving a shit and getting really funny, which is funny because like my ex-husband, I say comic lightly, right? And I did all that, and I've always been just completely misunderstood in the comedy community. Like, I'm actually not that. Like, I am crazy, but I'm also fucking Spanish and Irish and from the Bay Area. So I think, and authentic and different. And so it's like, I'm very vulnerable right now sharing all this stuff, because it's like, I'm basically telling you, Cheri, like all this shit that happened to me that like is embarrassing and humiliating and also like scary as hell. Because like you said, now I live alone. Like, am I going to end up like Grandma Sally outside with her life alert and shit, but 38, because like I get drunk and fall in my shower all the time, So yeah, and I want to talk about it because I want awareness built with like this. We were snowed in. Remember when we were snowed in? That's when all this went down. It was in February. So it's more like to create like a conversation and like not what's what wrong and right. It's more like people that are in my situation who work from home and are by themselves a lot already and isolated. If they get COVID, do they have a game plan? Because like, you don't know what's going to happen. And I also still have fog and I have brain damage from it, and I also like lost 40% of my eyesight. So I have fog really bad. I don't know what's up and what's down. Yesterday, I met Justin Hayes for dinner, and I thought it was Tuesday. I thought we were doing the podcast. So.
Wow. Well, geez. I mean, I don't know what to say, but it's like they don't really know what to tell you to expect for the future. I'm sure you just got to write it out and see.
Yeah. Should I like put him in here?
What was that?
Should I like put in my Cash App and Venmo here? I was going to make it an OnlyFans page. Is that how you say it? OnlyFans? I don't know how to say it because I don't have one.
Yeah. Give us your...
I will. I'll give you my Zelle, just fucking with you. I don't have a TikTok either, and I know you told me to do that.
Sure. I got my first negative comment on TikTok today, so fuck TikTok. I just said that I had to go back to work, and then I realized there's no bidet at work, that now I'm going to have to start using toilet paper again like a peasant, and they didn't like me saying peasant. Whatever.
Oh, triggered by the peasant word, not the bidet. Who the fuck has a bidet anyway? You do?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Just the toilet seat kind. They're spectacular.
That sprays in your ass?
Uh-huh.
I like had a one night stand a few years ago, and he had one, and I was like, I felt really weird about it afterwards. But I felt weird about the whole evening, but I was like, I don't know how to, I feel weird about those. Is warm, is rich, anyway.
Yeah.
So did you respond to him or no? You're not going to?
I just gave it like a little heart react, and that was it. Yeah.
Why don't you say go fuck yourself?
Well, I'm saying that here. So how's that? So yeah. Anyway, where were we? So okay. So you don't know my hair? Okay.
You look great.
All right. So, do you know how old Frank is? Is he like a baby bunny or a grown bunny, or do you have any idea?
He's a year. So I'm coining him as July 10th will be his birthday. So he's a Cancer. Also, I think my rabbit's like a witch or something. I told you about that. Like he's like I don't know, I just started getting into quantum physics and tarot cards because I have no life. And like he's like weird, dude. He's got like this really weird energy about him. I don't know if that's all rabbits, but I guess like there's a lot of history with rabbits and how they're like powerful beings or whatever, and also bipolar. But he's potty trained now, 100%. He like got fixed. I got him neutered recently, and like he's eating kale like it's no big deal. You see this?
Mm. Oh, is he in his cage or is?
Yeah, he's in his home, but he usually doesn't go in there.
Huh.
Oh, what's going on? You all right?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, isn't he cute?
He's very cute.
I know, he's so stinking cute. I just want to stick him up my ass. He's so adorable. Get out in private.
So if Frank could write a review of you as a pet owner, what do you think you would say?
Needy. Always counting his curfew. I don't know. I think he thinks I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, that's how most men react too.
They like it for a little bit and then they're just out.
Yeah, they're like, you're weird, and I'm like, call me or don't. Same.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my story about COVID.
Well, I'm glad you made it through and that you're alive and kicking, and I hope you just keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I think I am. I think it's really aligned me. Cheri, honestly, I think COVID is probably the best thing that ever happened to me, if I'm being real.
Really?
Yeah, because it fucking changes you. You know, I remember when we did that roast, good old day. I was way too drunk and left my notes on the table. Otherwise, I would have won. No offense.
No.
But all that stuff that went down, it's like really weird how priorities and things change for you when you come home and wake up in your bed and think that it's like 2 days before. And I am going to actually, I have a video that I put together to talk about it, you know? I don't even know, I mean, quite frankly, I don't even know if I want to do stand-up anymore after this.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, it's not funny. All this shit that's happened to me isn't funny. It's sad. And as comedians, I'm sure you can relate, we use our humor to kind of like, you know, just not really address like the shit that's happened. And, you know, it's also like, I make people laugh. Like, that's why I do comedy. I don't do comedy just like for an ego, because I know I'm the shit anyway, but I do comedy because I want to make people laugh. I feel like that's just being completely lost in comedy. Nobody talks about like this gift we have to make people laugh and how that's important, that like people, like everyone that says I've always wanted to be a comedian, and usually I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself, try it, I dare you. Like, I'm totally supportive of this, because it's not like that. But yeah, COVID just made me like just kind of change my attitude. Like I don't give a shit anymore about anything unless it's involving like going up in my life. Like, you know, like I can't even, at nighttime I get confused. I don't really know where I'm at, like that type of shit. Like there's a few people I know that have brain damage and it's like intense, you know? So maybe I'm just using that as an excuse because I went on stage for the first time in a year and I was like,
well, maybe just now you just need to focus on you, you know, and just getting 100% well.
Yeah, I like me now.
Okay.
A lot. I'm pretty cool. Frank's cool. Sorry, he wasn't really exciting, and you know, there can only be one star in the relationship, Cheri.
That's true. Yeah, somebody's got to be in the background, and there he is in the background. All right, so I have a couple other questions for you. So the name of the show is Heavy Petting. So I always like to hear a story about heavy petting of the human variety, like a dating, sex, any kind of like that story.
Like, well, okay, like where I basically had sex with somebody. How long do we have on this podcast?
As long as we want.
Okay, so not enough time then. I have a story for you that happened this weekend, but it's too dark. I'm gonna do something else. Let's do something else.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I first moved here, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna move in with my parents because that's not humiliating. So I met this guy, and we went on this date, and like I remember we ended up hooking up. And I have another story to follow this up because I just remembered. That's sad. That's so sad. Where it was like halfway through the date, I just was like, I'm so over this guy. So I just did what anyone would do and just get drunk. And then I ended up like crying in his mouth. And let's see what else happened there. And he like ended up like coming back to my house and stalking me. It was this weird thing. Anyway, the point of the story was that I ended up like realizing that this guy had like this like crazy history before. I'm just fucking with you. That's not a real story. You want a real one? Yeah, I've done a lot of weird shit. I've had a lot of dates go bad. You told me one that went well. I think maybe it's Washington actually. But I've had dates where I went on a date one time with a guy and his ex-girlfriend showed up and like threw a drink in his face.
While you were on a date with him?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I was like,
well, he must have told her where he was.
well, I actually had a date where I went out with this guy and he was Polish. Had I known he was a Polak, no offense, I said it, because I'm Irish, I can say that. I was like, oh my God, I have a great Polish joke for you. Ready? Yeah, like that's a good way to like go into a date. And my dad told me this joke when I was like 8, and he said, this Polish guy walks into a gas station and buys a box of condoms. And the clerk was like, it's $3.99 plus tax. And he said, never mind, I'll just tape them.
Never mind, I'll just what?
Tape them. It's like tax, tape. Exactly, I know. Well, anyway, I said it on the date, like, don't put plus tax. Yeah, I know, Jim. And he's like, you know, I have a great joke for you. It's called A Polish Guy Goes Into a Gas Station, and they got weird and awkward. And I was like, you're an asshole. And then I on the date and ordered shit to go and left. You know, shit like that. That happens all the time when I go on dates. I'm gonna die alone.
What is the best compliment you've ever gotten on your naked body?
I always get compliments on my naked body. It's hot. I don't know. It's always my tattoos because I'm like covered in them. I have them all over me. And they're like, my whole back's done like this, and I have them all over my legs and stuff. Usually it's like my tattoos or my fake tits.
All right.
Usually it's my face. It's never my face, it's my tits. What about you?
I've already said a couple times on this show, so people are tired of hearing me talking about it, I'm sure.
No, go ahead. I haven't.
Usually it's, you would expect all of me to be big, but that's not the case.
It's just your tits. You know, it's so funny, Cheri. It actually is just your tits. Like, you get rid of the tits, it's like, bam, Jessica Rabbit without the tits.
It's like a weeble. Anyway.
You know, when I saw you at Tacoma Comedy Club, I couldn't focus on the comic because your boobs were just like, they take over.
Well, okay.
It's so hard being you. I'm a peasant now. I said it.
All right. So we're gonna get your Venmo or your Cash App or something. We're gonna put it up.
Give me
slap
money.
it on there.
Broke. I'm on unemployment right now because of all this. Like I'm waiting for my job to start next month. So yes, give me all your monies. I'll send
All right.
nudes. Comment got deleted. I almost got like banned off Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your? Well,
Yeah.
tell it to me right now.
What, my Cash App?
Whichever one's the easiest to spell right now, and I'll put it in the thing for right now.
Facebook money me. Okay, the first one's
Yeah, we could do that. You want to just Facebook money you?
yeah, just come over here and give me money, guys. I'm free. No big deal.
All right.
Fuck it.
All right, yeah, help Kristina out. She's had a rough time lately.
No, I actually really am broke though.
We lost your face. There you are.
Yeah, it's my phone. My phone went out. See, I'm also broke I need a new phone. Okay, now I'm just getting greedy.
So do you have anything coming up, or you're just holding tight right now?
You know, Cheri, I'm just chilling. I think I mean, I was gonna work out, maybe. I don't know. I'm just living life the way I want, which means like I'm just trying to get by each day. I still have fog, like bad sometimes. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is that I saw my mom for the first time in like years a few weeks ago. My dad's going to be here tomorrow. I haven't seen him. I think not seeing my family because I'm just very like want to stay away from people. So no, I'm just going to see my dad this week, and I don't know. Frank and I are going to chill. I'm going to paint. I've been painting a lot.
Have you? Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's good to see you, and I will, once I get let's get like a Venmo or a Cash App, and I'll put it in the description. But for now, people, just send her money on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm so broke hoe. I'm just
broke hoe. There's no worse hoe than a broke hoe.
I'm not broke, but I am low key very much. It's been like weird because now it's like unemployment's good, but I still haven't. Washington unemployment's bullshit.
Yeah.
So if anybody doesn't have a power of attorney and you need some advice or whatever, call me.
All right. Well, when I end this, it's going to end this. So.
Cool. It's been real.
Thank you. It's been lovely having you. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Heavy petting. Heavy petting.
I'm seeing that. Yeah, weird.